Ray Charles was a legendary musician, often called the father of soul, the legend, the genius. Charles was credited with the early development of soul music, a style based on a melding of gospel, blues, and jazz music. Charles combined those genres to create groundbreaking hits such as Unchain My Heart, Hit the Road Jack, I Got a Woman, and Georgia on My Mind. He was one of the greatest artists of all the times, but why has this incredible musician lost relevance in the past years? He even came to Mexico and was received by the one and only Mayo Fortino Alfonso Moreno Reyes Cantinflas. I want you to know Ray Charles. Ray Charles Robinson was born on September 23, 1930, in Albany, Georgia. His father, a mechanic, and his mother, a sharecropper, moved the family to Greenville, Florida, when he was a child, and he began his musical career at age 5 on the piano in a neighborhood cafe. One of the most traumatic events of his childhood was witnessing the drawing death of his young brother. Soon after his brother's death, Charles gradually began to lose his sight. He was blind by the age of 7, and his mother sent him to the state-sponsored school, the Florida School for the Deaf and Blind in San Agustin, Florida, when he learned to read, write, and read music in Braille. He also learned to play piano, organ, sax, clarinet, and trumpet. Charles' mother died when he was 15, and for a year he toured on the children's circuit in the South. While on the road, he picked up love for heroin. At the age of 16, Charles moved to Seattle. There, he met a young Quincy Jones, a friend and collaborator he would keep for the rest of his life. Charles performed with the Maxon Trio in the 40s. His early playing style closely resembled the work of the two major influences, Charles Brown and Nat King Cole. Later, in 1949, he released his first single, Confession Blues, with the Maxine Trio. The song did well on the R&B charts. More success was followed with Baby Let Me Hold Your Hand and Kiss Me Baby. By 1953, Charles landed a deal with Atlantic Records. He celebrated his first R&B hit single with the label Mess Around.
They're doing the mess around. Everybody doing the mess around.
All right, that's pretty good. Let me take it from here.
Now this band's gonna play from 9 to 1. Everybody here's gonna have some fun doing the mess around. Ah, doing the mess around. They're doing the mess around. Everybody doing the mess around.
1 year later, Charles' now classic song, I Got a Woman, reached number 1 on the R&B charts. The song reflected an advance in his musical style. He was no longer a King Cole imitator. His fusion of gospel and blues helped to create a new musical genre known as soul. Fellow musicians began to call Charles the Genius, an appropriate title for the rambling musician, who never worked in just one style, but blended a beautiful all-hat he touch. He was the father of soul. The year 1960 brought Charles his first Grammy Award for Georgia on My Mind, followed by another Grammy for a single, Hit the Road Jack.
What you say?
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
For his day, he maintained a rare level of creative control over his own music. Charles broke down the boundaries of music genres in 1962 with modern sounds in country and western music. On this album, he gave his own soulful interpretation of many country classics. While thriving creatively, Charles struggled in his personal life. He continued to battle with the heroin addiction. In 1965, Charles was arrested for possession. Charles avoided jail after he arrested for possession by finally kicking the habit at a clinic in Los Angeles. His release in 60s and 70s were hit or miss, but he remained one of musical's most respected stars. Later in 1918, he worked in a film named The Blues Brothers.
Heard about the fella you've been dancing with all over the neighborhood. So why didn't you ask me, baby? I didn't.
1986, Charles was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and received a Kennedy Center honor, and he was awarded the National Medal of Arts in 1993. Sadly, in 2003, Charles had to cancel his tour for the first time in 53 years. He underwent hip replacement surgery. While the operation was successful, Charles soon learned he was suffering from liver disease. He died on June 10, 2004, at his home in Beverly Hills, California, leaving a lasting impression on contemporary music.
When I try to go to sleep, and know that
There will be never another musician who did as much to break down the perceived walls of musical genres. This is Ray Charles, the legendary musician, an own personal hero and an inspiration.
and when I wake up, in the morning, and I find you're not on my mind, baby. You're not on my mind. You're not on my mind. That's when I know I'll be over you one day, but right now
I can't stop